Taurus, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? What is good with you? Time for your weekly check-in. We're going to see what's happening with you guys in the second week of October. October week 2, yo. So it's a weekly check-in. So it's just a short, quick, general, energetic overview. Any of you need a personal reading? If you want, you can just go straight to my website, tarotwithrich.com. But I have a link for that right down in the description of this video. Oh, cards are already jumping out. That's way too many, though. Let's see how it's looking. Taurus and the person they're dealing with. How's it looking? How's the energy looking, universe? Between Taurus and their situation and the person that they're dealing with. Six of Swords reversed. Hang on. Can't say a lot about that right off the bat. Hold-y-do, yo. Hold up. Hold up, cut. Lovers reversed. Page of Wands. Well, I kind of honestly feel like there's a lot of energy brewing that is eventually going to end up manifesting the two of you reconnecting. And I mean, hell, it may be right around the corner for a lot of you. I think there very well may be a very brief reconnection. And I say brief not only because of the Page of Wands, but the Lovers reversed. I think that as much as this person lives in your head, by the time you reconnect with them, you're going to see this person from a very different perspective. Very different. They are not at all... Well, okay, let me put it to you like this. This is my favorite analogy. Have you ever experienced that feeling where you watch a movie for the first time since you were a little kid? You know that feeling? Like your favorite movie when you were 10 years old, and then you don't watch it for 20, 25 years. Then you go watch it again in your 30s, and you haven't seen it since you were 10, and it's like, whoa, that makes so much sense now. I didn't even understand this movie back then. I thought I did. I thought I knew everything there was to know about this movie, but I didn't know shit about it. Whoa. Similarly, you spend enough time away from somebody or a situation or whatever, and you have enough time to gather your thoughts, do some healing, let the dust settle, collect yourself, start reflecting, processing, and then you go back and revisit the past. See, before you watch that movie, you had a memory of it burned into your mind. And the memory you had burned into your mind was the version that was recorded through the old lens, right? That movie was recorded through your 10-year-old lens, because that was the lens through which you viewed the world when you were 10. And that's the only memory that you still have in your mind. Well, now you have a whole new fucking lens. Now you go back and revisit it, and it's like, whoa, dude. I think that's what's going to happen here. I think this is probably going to end up resulting in unexpected closure. Even if you are hoping to get closure, I don't think you're really expecting it to be this easy. You'll probably walk away from it laughing. Like, oh my God, wow. Wow, that was easy. Holy shit, man. Okay. Let's see what signs I have on the table here. I have Gemini. Could be a fellow Taurus for some of you. I have Virgo here. And Taurus again. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. Let's see their feelings, energies, and intentions towards you, though. Six of Cups. Well, I do think they miss what y'all had back in the day. Like, whatever you had, like, in the very beginning. I think they look back on that with very fond nostalgia. I think so. Well, they haven't really moved on from this. I think you take up quite a bit of space in their head, too. Honestly, though, I think they kind of want closure, to be honest with you. With the karmic wheel in the upright there. I think so. I think they even know what they want to say to you. I think so. They do miss what y'all had back in the day. They do. They haven't moved on from this. And it has been weighing on them pretty heavily. But I think they do want closure. I think so. At the end of the day, I don't really think they are holding on to a whole lot of faith that this ever could turn into anything successful. Not really. Plus, I mean, they're looking at you, and it appears as though you've moved on and you're doing good. I think they want closure, honestly. So that kind of works out then. Let's get the advice. What's the advice for Taurus? Ace of Pentacles reversed. World card. Let closure happen, dude. Let it happen. I'm not going to give you a bunch of really explicit instructions on what to do here. For the very most part, I would say let things flow the way it naturally feels like they're trying to flow. Don't try too hard to make anything happen a certain way or anything like that, because I think it's gonna take you by surprise, honestly. A lot of you, a whole lot of you, and I would let that process unfold naturally. Where let's say you end up having a 30-minute phone conversation, just for example. And then you get off the phone and you're just very perplexed, like, wow, that was weird. That is not at all what I thought it was going to be. And you feel like you're releasing it. It's like, I just don't care like I thought I would. Let that roll naturally. And then a day or two later, do I really even want to talk to him again? Not really. Don't do it. Let the cycle close out and let it roll the way it naturally wants to roll. All right. Gear shifting time. Let's see how it's looking between the singles and the person that you're interested in. Single Tauruses and your love interest. What's happening? Anything good happening? Anything bad happening? Anything happening at all? What's up with the karmic wheel, man? What's the deal there, yo? Ace of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. Okay. Yeah. No. Well, this is another situation that I don't know if I told you all this or not. I've been telling several of the signs this. That we're reaching that time of year. The last quarter of the year is very important in regards to the new cycle beginning for the new year. Very important. The last 3 months of the year is going to be focused around one of two things. Either evolving to the next level or repeating the past cycle. So now it's getting to a point where if things aren't really, if you've been dealing with something for the past few months and it's been working against you, fighting against you, weighing you down, holding you back, between October and December, you got one or two choices. Release it and clear that energy, or cling to it and just basically have another repeat next year of last year. Basically, essentially. And that's kind of like what's going on here, I think. It's getting to a point where I don't even really think you're honestly feeling this connection that strong anymore. Knight of Wands, mixed signals, confusion. I'm not getting into all that. You know what I have to say about that. Mixed signals and confusion. But it gets to a point where after you've been waiting for so long that you just kind of start seeing through the whole situation. And it's like, do I even fucking want this anymore? Maybe I'll just fucking move on from this then. You know? Doesn't look like a love offer is being extended or accepted. All right, some of you dealing with a Gemini. I also have Virgo, could be a fellow Taurus. I have Aquarius and Cancer here. All right, let's see how they feel about you. How this person feel about Taurus, universe. Whoa! What I always tell you. What do I always tell you? 9 times out of 10, when you don't know how someone feels, it's because they don't know how they feel. 9 times out of 10. I think you intimidate this person a little bit. But when it all comes down to it, they don't know what the hell they want. I can tell you one thing they don't want. They don't want nobody getting too close to this heart. This person's a ticking fucking time bomb. Yeah. And this person is absolutely not somebody you can trust. Absolutely not. So, I don't think there's a whole lot you don't know here. I think you got a pretty good idea of this person's energy. You know, I try to really avoid using cliche phrases and shit, but actions speak louder than words. I hate to sound that fucking cliche, but this is one of those situations where if their actions ain't matching up with their words, the only thing you can do is turn the volume off and watch. When actions and words don't match up, always default to actions. Period. Period. Let's get the advice. What is the best advice for my Taurus family? Two of Cups reversed. Now, this is telling me, honestly, that the universe is doing you a favor. This is divine intervention. Oh, okay. I didn't expect that. This is divine intervention. So, 98 to 99% of the time, the other side isn't allowed to interfere with our free will. The exception is if something is going to happen that will completely sabotage your whole soul's mission, then they'll intervene. If having a particular individual in your life will pull you off your path and completely sabotage your soul's mission for this lifetime, they will intervene. If whatever you're doing, whether it's a relationship you're in, a friendship you're involved with, a location you want to move to, a job you want to be working, whatever it is, if it is in jeopardy of sabotaging your life path and your soul's mission, the other side will step in. And I'm thinking that that's what's happening here. The universe is making sure that you dodge a bullet. So, yeah. I'm trying to figure out a way, because this is me being stubborn, I guess, because I don't like to just give direct, specific advice. I want to try to figure out some way. But, well, honestly, this is to a point where it doesn't really matter what you do. The universe is not going to allow this to happen. The other side is not going to allow this to happen. It's just not. It's not going to. So, try as you may. No matter what you do, this is not going to happen. So, I would advise just allowing the universe to do what it has to do. Now, this is also telling me that if you are able to make a difficult decision because you know what needs to be done, you're going to level up big time. Big time. That's one of the quickest, easiest ways to level up in life, is to do something that you don't want to do because you know you have to do it. Right? And the level up process, don't get mistaken by that. That doesn't mean that you're just going to jump to the next level and life is going to change. The leveling up process is like moving up a staircase. So every time you cut somebody out of your life that doesn't need to be there, every time you make a difficult decision, every time you do something that serves your highest good, especially a difficult decision, you level up. Well, this is telling me that you're getting real close to just rounding the corner one day and bumping straight into your fucking person. I'm going to tell you what right now. You're not going to find that person by going out and looking for them. If you could, you would have found them a long time ago. The only way to attract your person is to allow people to come and go in and out of your life. And don't waste a bunch of time trying to figure out who is your person. I was just telling Aries a minute ago. Figure out how to identify who is not your person. That's all you got to do. And then allow. Allow. If somebody wants to come into your life, okay, I'm going to find out if you're not my person. Once I realize you are not the person the universe picked for me, sorry, deuces, bye. And allow people to come and go and come and go. And because they will. Through that process up the mountain, shifting through the different frequencies. It's like changing stations on a radio, changing from 93.1 to 107.7. As you move from 93.1 to 94.6 to 98.9 to 102.3 to 105.6, people are going to come and go and come and go and come and go and come and go. And as long as you're allowing that process to flow naturally, right when you least fucking expect it, one of those people that runs into you is going to be this person. And I'll just tell you this. When you meet this person, you ain't going to need to come ask me shit. You won't need to come ask me nothing. I've been a professional tarot reader for 7 years now. I've done approximately 6,000 personal readings. That's not including the, 6, 7, 8,000 videos I have on this channel. But of the personal readings I've done, about 6,000, do you know how many of the personal readings I've done actually involve somebody dealing with their divine life partner? Can you guess how many? Less than 10. I only remember 4 of them off the top of my head. There may be more. I'm leaving room for margin of error. I can only remember 4. You know what they all had in common? They've been together a minimum of 15 years. And 15, that was the lowest. That was just one of them. The other 3, over 20 years. It takes a long time to fuck that up when you meet your actual person. A long time. The likelihood that when you meet your actual person, that you're going to have to come check in with me for anything in the first month, the first 6 months, the first year is incredibly slim. Now, I'm not the one to say that anything's impossible. I see all kinds of crazy, unexpected, weird things happen in my career. I'm open to it, but I haven't seen it yet. I suck at math. So 4 out of 6,000, I don't even know what percentage that is. And so far, I have never done a reading for somebody who has just met somebody and is confused about how they feel, confused about their intentions, confused about where the situation is going. They have so much doubt and fear in their mind. They don't know if this is going to be a successful relationship. I've never, ever read a situation like that in which you're dealing with your actual person. Again, I'm open to it. I am. I'm open to it. I'm kind of hoping that it'll happen at some point in time before I retire my career. You know, but I haven't seen it yet. So just keep that in mind on your journey. And I think a lot of you, a whole big old chunk of you, if you stay on the path that you're on right now, in that abundance frequency, you'll meet your person real soon. What does abundance frequency mean? Let me explain this. I came up with a really good analogy, okay? So when you're on an abundance frequency, abundance means more than enough. I don't need anyone or anything. Now that sounds kind of daunting and maybe a little bit condescending, and I don't mean it that way. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been browsing in a store and you got a pocket full of cash, all your bills are paid, you just don't need anything at the store? You know that feeling? I just don't need anything here. Need a new vacuum cleaner? No. Need a new set of pots and pans? No. Need a new TV? No. Yeah, I got plenty of money in my pocket to buy anything I want. I just don't need anything. That's the abundance frequency. I don't need anything. Now, when you're walking around in a store with a pocket full of cash, not needing anything in the store, how likely are you to be manipulated by one of them annoying fucking salespeople? Not very likely. Not very likely at all. Matter of fact, when you see them down there at the end of the aisle, you're probably going to go, whoa, let's go this way. Because you know that they're, oh, hey, how you doing today? Are you happy with your internet service? And it's like, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me the fuck alone. You know, that's the abundance frequency. That's the frequency that you need to hold when people are coming and going in and out of your life. I don't need. Need is an abundance killer. One of the most terrible things that we were brainwashed into believing is that we need other people. That's what keeps humans trapped in the third dimension. Do you think, just check this out. So most of us know that religion was created to control the masses, right? Most of us know that it's so stupid that they brainwashed humans into believing that there is an invisible dude sitting on the clouds who created you and made a list of 10 things that he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 things, and you do not believe that he sent his son to die for you, like let's say you grew up in an area that doesn't even teach that information. Well, tough shit. Into the barbecue you go, right? That's stupid. Well, do you think that same dude sitting on a cloud would create you to have needs that can only be met by someone else? Can only be met by someone else. And if you just so happy to be so unlucky that you never meet somebody who's willing or able to meet that need, well, tough titty said to kitty. Sucks to be you. We need food, water, and oxygen. That's what we need. And once you start vibrating high enough, you don't even need that. But that's a different topic for a different time. The abundance vibration means I don't need. And there's so many people out there that scream from the rooftops shamelessly, I need someone. We need each other. And that's what's keeping you stuck in the third dimension. Emotional independence doesn't mean that I'm alone. That doesn't mean I don't have anyone in my life. That doesn't mean that I'm all isolated and alone. What it means is my emotions are not someone else's fault or someone else's responsibility. That's what it means. When it all comes down to it, I'm responsible for my happiness. That's my job. If I have somebody in my life that wants to help support me emotionally, that's a bonus, dude. That's a privilege. That doesn't mean that you don't do what you can to help make your partner happy. Fuck yeah, you do. Absolutely. I will bend over and break my back to make my wife as happy as I possibly can. But at the end of the day, if she ain't participating in her own happiness, there ain't nothing I can do. And likewise, she will go to the ends of the earth to make me happy. But if I'm in one of them moods one day where I ain't trying to have it and I'm just in a bad fucking mood, there's nothing she can do. It's not up to her. It's up to me. The abundance frequency. See what I'm saying? Keep that in mind. I know that may be a lot to bite off and chew because that goes against everything we were brainwashed into believing through music, movies, TV, and media. But that's the ticket. That's the ticket to identifying and experiencing a real connection. The minute everybody wakes up and realizes that they can meet their own needs, that's when we can have real connections. Right now, most connections aren't real connections. Most connections being formed right now are two empty, broken people trying to vampirically suck love from each other. And it don't work that way. It don't work that way at all. Most connections being formed right now are codependency attachments. I'm lonely, broken, empty, and I need you to make me feel so good that I forget about all that shit. And that works for a little bit, and then that wears off. And then what do you have? Well, I'm losing feelings for you now. You're not meeting my emotional needs anymore. So now I got to go find somebody who will. And that's when people cheat, run off, leave the relationship for somebody else, start blaming the other person for all their fucking insecurities and problems. It's not a real connection. We need to get out of that shit, man. We got to get out of it so we can start feeling what real connections are all about. So sad to look out there at the dating world and see what a cesspool shithole it is. Because everybody is still convinced that they need somebody else to create their happiness for them, you know? They believe they will never experience love until somebody brings it to them. Well, how's that fucking working out for everybody? It ain't fucking working out, is it? Look at the dating world. It's a shithole. Something's going wrong out there. When are we going to realize, well, this ain't fucking working? It hasn't been working for the last 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. It don't work that way. Something's wrong. Something needs to change. And I'll tell you what needs to change. Vibration. That's what needs to change. Vibration is the primary law. And until vibration changes, we're going to keep attracting the same thing. Vibration is the primary law. So if vibration is the primary law, the primary goal is ascending to the vibration that we're trying to match. Abundance, love, happiness, and fulfillment. We have to match the vibration first. See what I'm saying? All right. I feel like those were the messages that my Taurus family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.